What's good? What's good? I got my camera set up and this is a test run video. I figured I just watched twice. I watched it twice, like back to back Donald Trump's speech, the first time he has spoken it to a large audience since, his attempted assassination. And it was at the RNC last night. And I gotta admit, it was an impressive speech. There was a point where I was almost maniacally laughing because the moment was so funny, and I'll just tell you about it. It was like towards the beginning when he was talking when he brought up the incident. He had said something and it was so funny. He was saying many people have been asking me, what happened and to tell them the story of what happened. And so here I am today. I will tell you this one time and you will not hear it another time from me. And the way he said it, it was just like not funny. Like, I don't think he was trying to be funny, but I had this realization within me that I'm literally witnessing history and that Trump is so mischaracterized in the media, and it's so unfortunate because he's a character. And he had followed that up with an admission. And here's the unfortunate thing about one of the many unfortunate things why the media mischaracterizes him. He had said that one of like the reason he was only going to tell it one time is because it hurts to talk about. That man was being vulnerable, but the media will never show you that side of him. And so when I witnessed that, it was just it so powerfully contradictory to what the smear merchants, the media apparatus, what they would have you believe about him. But he is a very powerful man, and he was displaying vulnerability. But the only way that he can do it, because of the atmosphere that we live in, is through a little bit of, comedy. He handled it so well. I was just so impressed. And he then went on to do, he did do some just politicking, some general campaigning, but he talked for like what, 90 minutes or something? And I was enthralled. I was just enthralled. I mean, there were the boring moments, the campaign slogan moments, but then there were the motivating moments, the encouraging moments. And I had mentioned that I had the realization I'm witnessing history. I truly believe that. This, as wild as this timeline is, this is an historic moment in our species evolution. I believe that. Like, history is going to look back on this period. I like to be included in the Great Awakening sort of group. And Donald Trump is going to be remembered positively and fondly. The speech, he could have been angry. He could have been going after like the deep state and after like the globalists, and he could have went in hard. And you know what he chose instead? He chose a lot of unifying rhetoric. I'm blown away. I'm truly blown away. Like I said, I literally watched it twice in a row last night. It's currently 5 o'clock in the morning. Um, I may have learned that I have some ADHD. I've never even thought about that anyways, but so anyways, I got my camera going, strike while the iron's hot. I'm still just in awe. I haven't got to the point that's been in my head for a minute. Uh, this historic moment reminds me of another Republican president who was shot, Abraham Lincoln. This speech had Abraham Lincoln level vibes to it. It truly did. There was a moment he was talking about the black community, and someone from the audience yelled, "Blacks for Trump." And he laughed and he was like, "Hey, and you know what? I'd like you too." And it wasn't like I like you as the person that said it, but it was like a genuine like I like the black people because Trump, before he became a politician, had a phenomenal record with the black community. He was an icon within their community before he became a politician. And and it just goes back to how the media is mischaracterizing him. And my personal progression around Trump has been an interesting one because prior to 2016, I knew who he was. I was like indifferent. I never watched The Apprentice, whatever, but I was pretty indifferent. In 2016, I hated, hated Hillary. So I actually voted for Gary Johnson. And I remember like all these people being so mad, you damn libertarians, you ruined the election for us because like a few percent in one state or something like that. But so that was 2016. We're now in 2024. So there was the lead up to that 2015. So for like almost 10 years, people have been ignoring libertarian people and folks like myself who are saying, hey, like the system is broken. It shouldn't be this, lesser of two evils decision we're always making. So that was me in 2016. 2020, I voted for Donald Trump just like because I was like, I was so mad. I still am, but I'm like, oh no, I lost my camera. Oh no, what happened? Is it still recording though on the StreamYards if I try to get it back? Did my camera die? Okay, it's back. Sweet. Part of this video is also troubleshooting. Anyways, so I was mad because I've been watching my friends who went from mostly being indifferent or apathetic to politics to becoming these woke idiots. And I've always like literally as a teenager, I cared about politics. I couldn't explain it at the time, but now I get it. It's part of my purpose in life. But I was mad because I felt like so many people abandoned me. They not just me, but they abandoned like the pursuit of truth, which is more egregious and offensive. I'm okay if you abandon me, but if you abandon logic and reason and truth, knowledge, wisdom, that's more of an affront than just ignoring me because I am a little kooky. I acknowledge that. So that's why I voted for Donald Trump in 2020. But now in 2024, I can tell you that I am enthusiastically going to be voting for Donald Trump. And I see it now. I see the timeline emerging. And I had made a recent video dedicated to Destiny, trying to reach out to him because he's been like losing his mind. And it's so interesting that over the last few years, he's been losing his mind. And then over the last few years, I've been like regaining my mind because I've been going through a journey myself. But as I heal and as I see what's going around me a little more clearly, I see that Donald Trump is not an evil man. He's not a perfect man. He's done some shady business stuff, and he was kind of part of the problem. but that in some ways makes him a great person to fix the problem, because there was that moment during the 2016 debate when he was talking, like Hillary Clinton was calling him out for not paying taxes, blah 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 blah, and then he was like, because you guys wrote the tax code, I'm just using the system that you and your friends also use. And so he knows literally how the game is rigged from firsthand experience. But he's, yeah, anyways, okay. I just wanted one more little note, that I was really impressed. There were a lot of moments like the unity and whatnot, but he was talking about ISIS and how there was, I can't remember the leader's name, but he had a very just stern and direct conversation. This is going to stop. You are going to stop harming Americans. And so he had told that story, and it happened. Like, terrorist attacks from ISIS went down, right? It was like a threat, but not like an aggressive threat. It was matter of fact. He has a great way of saying difficult things matter of factly, and that's what people dislike about him. When you can get past sort of the emotionality of kind of threatening a world leader, and you just make it matter of fact, because you're dealing with someone who's violent. So you don't want to show weakness. And so the ability to be matter of fact in more or less a threat, it removes like the aggressive element of it to an extent. So he's talking about that. AC just popped on if there's a weird white noise. I'm almost done though. But he was talking about that. And then he made a comment to all the other countries in the world who have American hostages. This actually made me emotional. It did. I'm getting emotional, like rethinking about it, because, God, I couldn't imagine being an American hostage. I'm so fucking blessed in my life. I ate a very, very delicious dinner last night. I'm dog sitting. I don't know if you can see this guy. I'm fucking blessed. And so I was like in this moment of just gratitude last night. And then he hits us with, to all the other countries in the world who have American hostages, they better be back by the time I assume office. To me, that was leadership, because it was like him saying, you know what? I don't fucking care that I'm not the president right now, because I'm going to be in 6 months. And I care about my people and I want them back. And he was taking action outside of the title. And Tucker Carlson had made a comment in his speech about how Donald Trump became the leader. Like, after that moment, he was not, the president's a title. Being the leader is not a title. I've always felt that way, that leaders just lead. They don't care about titles. They don't care about status. They care about getting the job done. That moment really hit me. That was real leadership. That was real leadership. Oh my gosh. Whew. I feel like there was one more thing I wanted to mention, but I got a little caught up in that. I'm blown away, and I really hope if anybody sees this that they oh, the other thing, if you see this, um just try to find alternative media sources, and then go listen to Trump, like, himself speak. Don't listen to the stupid friggin' media clips. Listen to the full length context of what he's saying. A, he's hilarious, and B, you'll learn he's often taken out of context or he's clipped. So anyways, the other thing, I just real quick want to mention, I personally was really impacted by Donald Trump stepping foot into North Korea. I'm 36, I'm a millennial, so the whole nuclear war with North Korea thing, it was part of the fear programming of my childhood. That and acid rain, really, for real. Like, I used to be concerned about acid rain, and I mean, I'm still concerned about pollutants, and I still want us to live on our planet, but I now see the propaganda and the narrative they're trying to push through the fear mongering. And so seeing a president who had the balls to walk into North Korean territory, that to me was uh, it was eye-opening. I don't remember what year that was, 2018, 2019, 2017, during his presidency, but that's when I first really began to be like, "Okay, like, I need to honestly start looking at this guy." And it's been a years long progression of saying, "You know what? Uh, whatever this, like, guy is doing, not whatever he's doing, I support it, but he's part of this planetary awakening that we're undergoing." God doesn't pick a perfect man for the job. He picks the perfect man for the job. And Donald Trump is the perfect man for America right now because, as a lot of people say, and I truly believe this, there's a special destiny for America. We are to be the beacon of light and hope for the globe. Something about the spirit of this nation truly is special. And I wanna travel the world. I wanna fucking go to Egypt so bad, and for some reason, like, Madagascar appeals to me. I wanna go to Greece, Spain, Italy, France. Parlez-vous français? So I wanna travel the world because I do believe there is so much beauty in, other cultures and other regions, and I want to experience that firsthand. But at the same time, I can say that America has a special purpose, and that special purpose is to be that guiding light for the rest of the world that is currently undergoing their own battles and struggles. Most countries and regions of the world right now, you can consider them, independent battlefronts of a bigger war. So we're undergoing the spiritual war, the attempted global takeover of our planet. And then each planet is like, or each country is a battlefront. So Mexico right now is a battlefront. We talk about illegal immigration often, but we don't talk about enough why they're leaving. And instead of maybe demonizing them, we should be helping them to stay in their country, but to deal with the corruption that I'm seeing a timer. So I think there's a connection to why my thing. Okay. We need to help these people deal with the corruption that is encouraging them to flee. We need to teach them how to address it. So instead of leaving their country seeking to just get the last little bit of wealth that they can squeeze out of this dying country, they're going to take over, they're going to take back their own country. Let's see. Is that gonna turn off? What's gonna happen? Ha! I'm learning. I'm gonna need to figure that out for future projects, but I think I'll wrap it up there. Trump 2024, baby.